unto himself.
Yeah, you're not going to have a choice but to bow down. Like how Mike Allah had that vision when Yahweh Shai came down, every spirit immediately just dropped to the floor. Just because the presence of the spirit, you know, that's that authority, man.
It's gonna
He
be
said
lit.
all things tremble that was seen under him. So like, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's gonna be literally breathtaking.
Woo, breathtaking.
Yeah.
Because he gonna
Gonna
take
breathe.
the breath
Yep.
in you, and he gonna breathe the breath of life into you.
Right.
Like, that's when we really gonna live. It's just like on Baywatch or some shit. You drowning in the damn ocean, and you got the dude who breathes the breath of life into you. That's the Lord. Because we were dead. Hey, didn't it say that if we suffer with him, we shall also reign with him. If we be dead with him, we shall also live with him, right? There you go. Go ahead.
One who, it says, the power of him whose will and commands must be submitted to by others and obeyed.
And obey, because who's going to be the ones executing the law upon the whole earth? Like, there is no other power but Yahweh by Shemal Shah. Certain nations going to be like, God is with you. The power is with you. Others is going to fight and be destroyed. The weapons is going to be destroyed. There ain't going to be no more war. Everybody going to be subdued, man, and they going to know that there's one power, Yahweh by Shemal Shah, and one people that he said chosen, Israel.
Speaking Canard, since you just said that, read this real quick.
And also get Wisdom of Solomon 3 and start at verse 7.
This is Isaiah 9 and 6. It says, "For unto us a child is born."
Who? Unto who? The Israelites.
That's right.
And can a brother get Luke 1:68? Go ahead.
Unto us a son is given,
Unto us a son is given. Unto us a child is born. Right?
and the government shall be upon his shoulders.
And the government shall be upon his shoulders. What government? The government of Israel, Yahshua. That's why the disciples asked, Lord, at this time wilt thou restore the kingdom unto Israel? Pretty much the government, which means what? Mind control? will you give us the power over the minds
That's
of
right.
these people? And will Krypton live again? Come on. The hidden ones is going to rise up with the Lord.
And his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor,
Wonderful Counselor. Right?
the Mighty Power,
The mighty power.
the Everlasting Father.
Hey, because who was the one to give Esau his blessing? Isaac. Who gave Jacob his blessing? Isaac. The everlasting father.
Right.
Because he's a father also.
Right. The Prince of Peace.
The Prince of Peace, because he's going to come wage war and then bring what? Peace.
That's right. That's right.
Peace.
That's
right.
It says of the increase of his government.
And also he's known as the Prince of Peace amongst our own nation, because through Solomon the kingdom was split. And by a greater than Solomon, Yahweh Shai, the kingdom was brought back together again under him. It says by us gathering unto him again. Get that, lead us in Romans, Hebrews. Go ahead.
Of the increase of his government.
The increase of his government. Go ahead.
And peace there shall be no end.
And of the peace shall be no end. Go ahead.
Upon the throne of David and
Woo!
upon his kingdom.
Upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom. Because we already know what David did. He subdued the nations and let them know y'all through, y'all done. There's only one power, Yahweh Shai, that lives. Right?
To order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice.
To order it and to establish it with justice and judgment. That's beautiful. Like, go into just the stone being carved with our hands, just that part right there. Is this what the brothers actually reading what's going to happen when that stone hits that image, breaks it, and then it says that same stone became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. The brothers read exactly what the Lord is going to do.
Just a little bit more. From henceforth, even forever, the zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform
The
this.
zeal of the Lord of hosts is going to perform this. Because through the zeal, the knowledge of the Heavenly Father is going to cover the earth as the waters cover the sea.
And it said from henceforth to forever.
Forever. Damn, from henceforth to forever. Because first the Lord is spreading his power through word only, then through physical form. And then the Lord is going to physically come and subdue the earth, as Adam was meant to do from the beginning. But a greater than Adam, the second Adam, is going to actually do it to perfection. Hey, that's it.
Which through the spirit is the same
Which
spirit.
is the same spirit. Hey. You got it up? Go ahead, Us. Bring it up.
This is
Start at the stone was cut right there, 34.
This is Daniel 2:34. Thou sawest till that a stone was cut without hands.
Hey, we're in that time right now. The stone is being, because hey, for the longest time, Egypt thought he had it, man. Not knowing that this clown is the toes at the end of that statue of Nebuchadnezzar. Like the toes is the end of a man's body, and after that, what comes after him? But what did Nebuchadnezzar seen in his dream? Right after he seen the feet, the toes, he seen something formed without hands. Where did this come from? Like when Abba came on the scene, who has ever known the name Yahweh Yahushua? That has been lost for ages and generations. But then Abba brought it back like, hey, Yahweh Bashim Hashai. Damn. And then that started something else, man.
A righteous chain reaction.
A righteous chain reaction. Because for the longest time, what was pumped out? Deception, lies, wickedness. But then truth that had been so long without fruit start being declared. That's that stone being carved without hands because it came from heaven and not from men. Go ahead.
Verse 34 again, it says, Then thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image.
It's going to smite the image, man. Everything that has ever been has been alive, man. Because it ain't been of Yahweh Shema Shai. All these kingdoms that have come and gone have never been ruled in righteousness. That's why they never lasted. Only righteousness can last forever. And the only kingdom to last forever is the kingdom of heaven. Spearheaded and ruled by Yahushua Mashiach. And with him, the elect. And with him, the nation of
It's
Israel.
like, yeah, I was gonna say when that stone carved without hands smoked that image and destroyed it. Didn't it say it became a mountain that filled the whole world?
Yeah.
That government is gonna encompass the whole world. It's gonna be way greater than all these kingdoms of men, you know, that were made with the precious gold and silver. The kingdom of Yahweh Shem Shai is gonna eclipse even that, you know.
Read something real quick. This is Prophet Isaiah chapter 11 verse 9, going into the kingdom. It says, they shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain. Talking about the heathen.
The heathen nation.
It says, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai.
That's that great mountain spreading over the whole earth. The knowledge of Yahweh Yahushai is going to spread. Go ahead.
It says, as the waters cover the sea.
As the waters cover the sea. And we know that the Lord destroyed the world with the waters that not even the mountains could escape, or birds. So that's how the truth of Yahweh Shema Shai is going to cover the whole earth. There ain't going to be no escape from it, man. It's going to get you. That was it, King. Go ahead, huh?
Going back into Daniel 2:34,
Man.
thou sawest the till that stone was cut without hands, which smote the image upon his feet.
Hey, the Lord is going to smite the image upon the feet. He's going to defeat this wickedness that has been since these nations of old. They've used witchcraft, lies, and deception, and idol worship to reign, but they never ruled for a long time. And they knew of our power because they had Israel in captivity. But each of these kingdoms came and went and fell because, hey, but they acknowledged our power except Esau, Edom. That's why the Lord didn't smite the image at the head, he smote it at the feet, because it's the only kingdom that has not acknowledged the Heavenly Father for who he is, his reputation, his name. So the Lord is going to come wage war against these nations at the end and smite them. Right when they think they're going to gain the whole world, boom, the Lord's going to strike them and destroy it. In the fullness of sufficiency, he shall be in straits. And he's going to be destroyed without hand by the Lord.
Hey, it's like it's, I'm gonna say it's spiritual too, because Jacob held Esau's heel, you know.
They representing us taking Esau down by way of the word, because it said in Thessalonians that I shall consume him by the spirit of his mouth, which is the prophecies, the words. He's being consumed, and then physically by the brightness of his coming. That's spiritual, man.
Continuing on, it says, which smote the image.
Which smote the image, which means destroyed it, killed it. So the Lord's going to smite this image. Said that when the Lord awakes, as if he, as one that was sleeping, it said that he shall despise their image. Who? Esau, Edom. That same image of Rome. That same image of the Greeks. Because what did they do in our temple? they lifted up the statue of Jupiter Olympus in our temple. So now they trying to do that right now. They trying to say that there is no God. The only God is science.
Right.
The only God is, you know, like on what's that? Twilight Zone. And remember the dude, Mr. Wordsworth? He's like, there is a God. He's like, there is no God. Only the government is God. We have proven that there is no God. And he's like, no, there is a God. You can't expel or erase God with an edict. There is a God. Like he's yelling at the fucking clown, man. You can't erase the Heavenly Father with an edict, man. We know that there's a living power, man. Fuck your Maxine. Fuck Marcus. It's about Yahweh Shema Shai. That's the Lord's mark. It's the Lord's Maxine, man. That's it. Go ahead, huh?
Going back to verse 34 again, it says, Thou sawest till that a stone was cut without hands, which smote the image upon his feet
Hey.
that were
Go ahead, huh?
that were of iron and clay.
Hey, they were divided. So this how you know we're at this time. Are not the nations divided? Now, certain of the nations are united under the Medes, and the others are united with the beast. But it said those same horns was going to turn on the whore.
Yep.
That same beast is going to turn on the whore that's riding it and burn her ass with fire, but make her naked first. Hey, this place is being made naked now with the trade routes being cut off. Those ships out there in the harbor, what's really going on? This place is being besieged. All right, go ahead. Up.
And it says, upon his feet that were of iron and clay,
Iron and clay, they don't mix. Go ahead.
and break them into pieces.
And break them into pieces. Now, what element is strong enough to break the actual iron? Because the clay is nothing, but the iron, though, that's mixed with the clay, what can break that? To nothing. It said that it broke the gold, the silver, the brass, and the iron all at one time. So all the different power systems and lies of these ancient kingdoms are here in this time. They're exalting image, just like Nebuchadnezzar. They're coming with military force, like the Romans. They're coming with the Hellenization, like get down with us or you're gonna die, like the Greeks. And they coming as the Persians, earth and water. That's what they want. They want you to submit wholly to them. So the Lord said, I'm gonna come break that image all at one time.
I got a quick
Go ahead, Doc.
This is Revelation 13:2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard.
Woo! Hey, beginning with the Greeks.
Yep.
That represents Alexander the Great being that leopard. Because he moves as swift as a leopard to conquer the world in that small time he did.
It's even known throughout history he wore a leopard helmet.
Yep. And he had the leopard skin on
his
horseback.
horse.
Yep. Hey, that's it. Go ahead.
And his feet were as the feet of a bear.
And the feet, which means the beginning of that kingdom was of Alexander the Great, the leopard. And the end of this man's kingdom, Esau, Edom, shall be the feet of a bear. Now, what is the bear? Who is the bear? The Russians. That's going to be the end of this man. Okay? Just like ancient Babylon, their end was who? The Medes and Persians. That's who took them down. Go ahead, Doc.
And his mouth as the mouth of a
And
lion.
his mouth as the mouth of a lion going into Great Britain. That's where they bringing out all their lies and madness. That's where they get their constitution from. The Brits, the Magna Carta, and all these other venues. That's where they got the freedom of speech and all of that. They based it off of what was in Britain. They broke off from Britain, and what do they have? They speaking with a great mouth. That lion represents Great Britain because that's how they got their power. They're speaking as if they're for freedom, but really they're lying to you. Just like a lion. You know, a lion, his power is in his teeth. You know, go ahead.
And the dragon gave him his power.
Now,
and-
who gave them their power? Rome gave them their power. So they're speaking for democracy and freedom. And then who gave them their power, though, to conquer? The Romans, they came in the same spirit as the Romans. Go ahead.
And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority.
Woo! He gave him his seat and great authority because they coming in the same spirit as those ancient Romans.
Yep.
So their beginning was the Greeks. The power of their mouth was of Britain, Great Britain. Because they want you to make a covenant with them, just like the ancient Romans did. And they're like, if you make a covenant with us, cool. If you go against us,